Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Golden Zulu. So today we have one interesting discussion under the binomial distribution. So under the binomial distribution, certain experiments consist of repeated trials where each trial has only two mutually exclusive events. Remember, mutually exclusive events, these are events which are disjoint. They have nothing in common. So such trials are referred to as the Bernoulli's trials. The outcome of the Bernoulli trials are often referred to as a success or a failure. There are only two basic things. It's either it is a success or it is a failure. So the terms success and failure in this context do not necessarily refer to the everyday usage of the word success and failure, no. For example, a success could very well be referring to the outcome of selecting a defective transistor from a large batch of transistors. So we often denote success with letter P and failure with letter Q. Then remember, every probability when added, so probability of successes plus probability of failures is equal to 1. Putting into consideration, let us put everything in terms of failure. So we'll say failure is equal to 1 minus success. So when we are dealing with these, we now need to understand to say that each trial is identical or independent. What am I trying to say? Remember, independent, which means it can stand alone. It doesn't need to depend on the other for survival. But sometimes they are identical in terms of maybe the number of failures which are there as 0.5 and the number of success are also 0.5. That's what we mean when we say they are identical. So when we are dealing with this topic, we need to understand to say that under the binomial distribution, the formula that we always use is the probability of x subbing to x is equal to the number, let's say the combination of n, where n is equal to the number of trials. And we do not know how many successes or failures are there in terms of how many times can the experiment be repeated for us to get to this number of trials. That's what x is. So we are having this to be equal to success to the power x q n minus x, where this here is the same as, remember here, q is the same as what we are having there. So let us replace where there is q with 1 minus p. And if we replace, we will get this as our result. So n combination x, where p is success, remember we are replacing on q, where q in this context is 1 minus p n minus x. So these two formulas, the ones I have written, they are the same. These ones, the ones I have written here, they are the same. px qn minus x is the same as that. It's just at this we have replaced where there is failure, we have replaced with 1 minus py, because equal to in mathematics simply means same. So when we are looking at the binomial distribution, this is the formula that we are going to use in context to the questions that we'll be facing in our daily discussions here on YouTube. Your host, Golden Zulu.